There. Hey, everyone. My mystery guest. I'm here with Doug Lico. I snatched him from his class. So we are going to visit with him right away so he can get back to his loving students. He's got about 17 of them over there. Yeah. All right. So tell us a little bit about, if they don't know you, like where you're from and why you are sitting next to me right now.
So I'm from Minnesota. I have a pattern company called Antler Quilt Design. I have about 100 plus single patterns and about 25 self-published books. And so we're here working off of one of my new books, Stash-tastic 2.
And
so
is that the one I signed? Is that the one you signed? That's the one I'm going to give away today?
Nope, but we'll get it. We'll get that one.
It's probably under my pile here.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to give one of these away.
Yes, for sure.
Cool.
Maybe 2, maybe 3. I always give away 3 prizes. That's my favorite number.
Yes.
All right. We can't just do one. No, right?
Never.
Okay. So, but you missed a whole big part. So you're from Minnesota, but but like I tell everybody, Doug knows more about quilting than probably all of us put together. Okay, because right from the very beginning, he grew up in a quilt shop. Right?
Yep. So my mom had a store, family store, and then with that, I got introduced into the whole industry, fabric design, pattern design, all of that, and then started down the whole pattern writing, traveling around, speaking and teaching all over the world. And then I became a Moda sales rep about 6 years ago.
Yeah. So did you hear that? He goes around to all the quilt shops and throws out all the latest lines so all the quilt shop owners can pick what they want.
Yep. What they're going to order, and then we go to print with it.
And then your territory is kind of large, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a pretty good size. It's more the Midwest, so it's Minnesota, part of Wisconsin, a little bit Iowa, and the UP of Michigan. Yeah.
Right. So he's got this really cool car that he gets to drive in a lot of hours and so,
a lot of miles.
A lot of miles. So he is, by all means, knows his stuff. All right. So if you ever get to come and take a class, and you're not doing many classes anymore.
Not doing really
like
any
I had to
classes.
Double twist his arm, both of them, to get him to come here. Oh, we have some money.
Yay.
Yes. Thank you, Sharon, for that nice donation. We need the
all the confetti.
Yes, thank you. Kaylee needs her new camera for overhead video. She's got one picked out. We're just waiting.
Oh, there's the confetti.
There's the confetti.
I told you we had it. That is pretty slick.
Yeah. We appreciate that, Sharon.
Big time here.
Yes, exactly. All right. So do we need any more background? You think? We were just at a retreat in Dallas together. And, he's just one of us. That's just the way it is. And
just another quilter.
He talks the same lingo. Doesn't matter that he's a boy. We still let him hang out with us. It was really nice, actually, because usually I always had to be in charge of getting people to where we are and hauling luggage. And guess what? Doug did all that.
All the organization.
I didn't have to lift a suitcase. It was awesome.
Yeah. Everyone could just show up.
All right. Yes. We just showed up and he took care of us. Drove us to where we needed to be. I didn't have to navigate even or anything. It was awesome.
You got to go on vacation.
Yeah,
you got to get away.
I felt like I was on vacation. I mean, even though I was stitching, and that's technically considered work. It's one of those where you don't really work a day in your life if you do what you love. That's absolutely true. Yeah. But we can say we're working all the time. We're working really hard, right? But we do, and we love what we do. So, all right. So let's talk about your books.
Okay. So the one that we were working out of for the class is Stash-tastic 2. It was one that I had done with Martingale, but with Martingale Closure, I reprinted it. And so there's 12 different projects in here. They're all fat quarter projects, which we all love fat quarters. We all have a ton of fat quarters. And so everything from fun little spool quilts to a really cool star quilt.
What is the size range? Anywhere from
they're all from lap quilts all the way to there we go. So they're lap quilts all the way to, pretty good generous size, 60 by 80, 60 by 90.
And even though Martingale print this book, they didn't print a lot of them, right? Because you were right at the end.
Yes, I was right at the end. And so I got to kind of change the cover. So it's a new cover on there.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, and that brought the quilt to show.
Yeah.
But this is the quilt we're working on today.
Isn't that amazing? And Rustic Gatherings, that would be so awesome.
Yep. Check the social media for the Rustic Gathering versions because we saw that.
Where'd Jess go?
Yeah.
Hey, will you go pull his quilt off the bed? I think we were going to do that.
Yeah.
At the retreat house or here?
It's here downstairs in the shop, right?
Yeah.
What is that one called?
That one's Stargazer.
Okay, yeah.
So
So we'll show you that
one.
one that we have made here.
Yeah.
All right.
We
So
got a
you
couple
want to show
samples.
something from
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Okay. So this is.
So what's great about this book is you can use your fat quarter towers.
Yep.
You can use your collection of stuff.
Yep.
Anything that goes with this, because this is probably several lines.
Oh,
right?
this is many lines, yeah, over all the years, and then I did one background on this, but people have done scrappy backgrounds and really kind of can make it your own.
Yeah, however you do it. And look
really
at the
fun.
Binding on the bias.
Yep, just do the stripe. Those stripe bindings are awesome.
Was it a stripe? Did you bias it?
Yep, it was already on the bias.
Oh,
so
it
I
was
didn't have
diagonals.
To. Yep, it was already diagonal.
So
printed
look
diagonal.
at the back. This cute. Is this glow in the dark?
No, this one's not glow in the dark. This is an old me and my sister print, and then I used some fat quarters for the middle.
So see how you can use fat quarters up as backing?
Yeah.
As well. That's a great idea.
So sometimes you have those fat quarters you just don't know what to do with, or you're not going to use them on the front.
They're like mushy. They don't fit light or dark.
Yep,
so
kind of mediums.
You have to use them on the back.
Yeah.
All right.
So just piece the back. And then we have one of the easier ones. This is probably one of the smaller quilts in the book.
Yeah, this is for the people who don't like triangles or flying geese.
So this is perfect if you have charm packs, layer cakes, or mini charms, the little 2.5-inch squares.
It'll all work.
This will all work because it's super simple. You could use a jelly roll on this too.
Okay. All right. So remember that if you have jelly roll, which would work perfect for this, if you still are a starcher like I am, it doesn't shrink in the 2.5. It shrinks in the length. So you're still able to use that 2.5.
Yep.
And to technically, really, as long as you have that orientated the same way each time, it really doesn't matter.
Well, and you have the sashing strips on here so that you could make that a little bit larger, and that could build up.
Compensate them down.
Yep, that could be your fudge factor, and that could you could hide that.
So I know some of you don't understand fudge and compensating and all that because you're maybe a new age quilter where they tell you, oh, it must measure this at this size. Well, back in the day, we didn't write patterns. Well, it said this unit should measure, 1.5 by 3.5 at this point, or 2 by 3.5.
As long as everything's the same size, you can make it all the same and make it work. You got to fudge it a little bit.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes this helps you make this be the right size. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yep. Kind of helps build.
Okay.
And then we got one more. And then this is the cover quilt.
Oh,
and this one's really cool. So this one's
very colorful, very boho.
Yes, this one's great for charm packs. So it's really fun, and especially with the wonky star. Yep, this is just a crossweave from Moda.
So do you know about Moda crossweaves? They're like a solid collection, but they're all this very nice woven texture to them, but they're like very high end and very nice to stitch with.
Yep.
Unlike some of the other ones before this weren't the greatest. They were pretty stringy, but this
and with it being a yarn with it being a yarn dye, you can
double-sided.
It's double-sided.
You don't have to worry about.
So this is one of the navy ones.
Yeah,
the marine.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So and they have like this really nice sheen to it too, like very high end, very beautiful.
It works just like a regular.
I have a project coming up with this stuff going up. All right, so we can show this one.
Yeah, we can show that one. Yep.
Okay, now this one is a single pattern, right?
Yep. This is a newer one.
Whoops, sorry.
And this is Stargazer. And then when we saw the Rustic Gatherings, we had to recolor it. And
all right, and a shout out to Pam from Illinois. She's the one that made this sample for us. Yes.
She did a great job.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. This was the hit of the show as far as single patterns that weren't ours. This was the hit at our Madison show.
Very cool.
Yeah, when I was there that one day, I think we sold like 5 or 6 kits in that. We sold out of them. We sold out of them, but we still can kit them, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's a good scrappy one.
Thank you.
Awesome. The fall impressions.
And then fall, yeah. And then there's the fall. We've done this one many times.
So we do this in pretty much every almost fabric line as a quick and easy quilt.
Yeah, for 20 fat quarters, great for beginners, or even as just somebody that just wants something to sew really simple and fast.
Even if you have 20 fabrics and fat quarters in your collection, you just pull those out and you make this. Now tell them what I just saw downstairs.
So there is spring impression. So there's the second version. Same kind of concept, same principle where it's nice and easy, and you just kind of make a different block.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that.
Oh my gosh, Jean. You're so amazing. Cool. Thank you so much. You want Kaylee to get that overhead camera quicker, don't you? We so appreciate that. Awesome.
Yeah,
thank you. Oh, here's some more of the crossweaves.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful they are.
Which one's this one? This one's cheddar.
Yeah.
And you know how Lisa loves her cheddar.
Cheddar and charcoal.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. That'd be great. Yes, I love me some orange. That's for sure. Okay.
Very cool. And then
all right. So you showed that one yet?
Not yet. We haven't done
Okay.
this one. So then I did started kind of at the beginning of COVID. I did a table runner book. It's called Table-tastic. And then through COVID, we did Table-tastic 2 and Table-tastic 3. And so there are 20 projects in each of the book, 14 table runners and 6 toppers. And
Right.
every project.
Did you say that these were like big quilts at one time, and then you?
So these were the runners and kind of inspired Stash-tastic 2.
Okay.
So a lot of the smaller projects from these first 3 books really kind of inspired
for you to make whole size quilts.
Yep. Yeah. Because a lot of times we find a runner or topper that we like, small project, and we want to make it bigger, and there's not the math out there to do it. Or vice versa. Exactly. So like, and then each of the books, they're shown in 2 colorways, which is really nice. Yeah. So you guys kitted this one up. I'll show you that colorway. And then here's a couple more. So then here's a topper.
Oh, I love that quilt. I love that block.
Yeah. So lots of variety in those. And then we have for the samples, this is one of them.
Fancy that fabric.
Slow stroll.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's just kind of the combination of the 2 blocks.
And this is a table topper, but you put these on your table diagonally like this, and that's sometimes it'll hang over a little bit. And I love to use these little square quilts as table toppers. Yeah. I'm not like, I'm okay with, as long as it's long and skinny. Yep. I hate chubby runners. Yeah. Like I hate them when they're this wide.
Yeah. Yep.
I shouldn't say hate. Okay. I'm sorry. I dislike them. I like long skinny ones or square ones. That's just my preference, and we all have that, right?
And it all depends on your top, all your table. Like I have a big long table, and I love having a big table.
See, like this is the perfect width.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So like,
but sometimes 14, I see them and they're like this.
And this is probably one of the easier ones. This is a good jelly roll layer cake.
Roll. Yep. And guess what's coming up? Jelly roll bonanza is coming up pretty soon.
Jelly roll day on Saturday.
Yes.
So 2 days, and you're gonna have your National Jelly Roll Day, and then you got Mansfield.
And jelly roll is a Moda thing, right? Nobody else can use the word jelly roll.
We invented the pre-cut back in the day. So then this one's great for like a feature print that you want to put in here. You don't want to cut up. And this is from
bandana print from Rustic.
Yeah, so this is Rustic Gathering Prints.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, because sometimes you want just something subtle on your table that you can put your flowers on or whatever that doesn't like scream out of the room. So this is very subtle. This is beautiful.
Or even a gift you have to give away, like
very
an obligational
modern.
gift.
Yeah, because you could make this in an afternoon.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. We stole that from the retreat center. That was over there.
Okay.
And then the other one from the book is Portofino. So
I love long runners. So look at this.
Yes, and this one's just kind of subliminal, where you kind of piece the block. It's quadrants, and you put it together, and it's really goes together pretty slick, because looks a lot harder than it actually is.
And I love the book because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't need any more quilts. I just but I still want a quilt. So it's nice that you can make runners and stuff and give those away. Seasonals, like any one of these you could coordinate with a theme of a color to give away for any of that. So that book is like a Bible that you can have forever. Anytime you need to make somebody a little something. And especially, sometimes it's just nice to give somebody something just because for no reason. Like sometimes, like I'm not really good at birthdays. So sometimes no reason is better. Like I love this. This is great.
Yeah, just a little topper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one,
maybe you have some leftover fabric from making your big quilt.
Yeah, that one's great for the
scraps. Yeah, and then this charcoal.
And that's what that background is the charcoal.
So how perfect that is. Your color on your book is amazing. Yeah, the photography is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we hope you inspired you to do some of Doug's designs.
Thanks for having me today.
He paid his dues. He's here. I will see him again over the week, the rest of the week, but then I will see you in Houston. We get to hang out. I'm going to go to Houston for the market. First time since COVID.
I know. We all are excited to have our market back and be back together in one roof. And
all right. Would anything else that we need to talk about or anything?
No, I think we're good. You're going to talk about all the awesome things you have planned.
Yep. I'll talk about what we got going, but I wanted Doug to be first so he could get back to his students.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much. And if you want to buy any of Doug's stuff, I do believe they're on our website. Are they under the Live with Lisa button? I think I asked Amy to put them there. So
yes. All things primitive gatherings, and then featured on Stitch with Lisa.
Yeah. So you would go to the hamburger. All right. Go to the hamburger. All things primitive gatherings, and then things featured on Live with Lisa. Shortcuts for you. Okay.
Very cool.
All right. Thanks so much.
Very good.
I'll see you later on.
Thank you.
Actually, Doug's the reason I got my binding done. All right. Because I'm like, did you get here yet? And then it was like 6 o'clock. He goes, yeah, I just arrived or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll come as soon as I get my thing done. And then I began this. So I got 3 sides done with him last night and came back this morning and finished the last little bit.
Just sat and chatted and bound.
Yeah, just caught up and got that done. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But
very cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
On.
Yes.
Awesome.
Bye.
Anytime I can get him to come back, we'll let you know if you missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cutting in front of
He's
you.
not too far. All right.
Have fun.
We'll get him out of the maze here of all the stuff. All right. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, he's a super good kid. I shouldn't call him a kid now because I think he's 30 now. But for so long, he was like 16. Okay. For so long, he was like 16. He was just a kid. But now he's one of us. He knows us well enough. We can talk old lady stuff with him and he's fine. Right, Doug? You're well versed in old lady stuff.
Yes. I've heard it all.
He's heard it all. Yeah, he's not afraid. He gets it. Okay. So guess what today is? Well, really yesterday. But it was kickoff to Moda Blockheads 5. And I don't know if you know me that well. I know some of you think we're best friends, and we are. Don't get me wrong. But I have a hard time starting something if I didn't finish the last one. So when I realized that I never set Blockheads 4 and Blockheads 5 was starting, I put it on the top of my list to get that done. So I worked on it over the weekend, and I decided that it needed another border. Oh, no, go away. All right, so I decided it needed another border. So Heidi is going to put up this PDF for you today sometime yet or tomorrow?
Today or tomorrow.
Today or tomorrow, no promises. But you've already had the one part of this, but we just added, can you show that, Kaylee? We just added this outer border here. And then I had 3 blocks left over, so I used them in the corners. And then I had a couple big blocks left over, and I just cut one of them up, and it ended up being like a 4 patch somewhere in the corner down here. So I just cut apart one of the big blocks, and it ended up being a 4 patch right there. So that's how they went into my quilt there. So we do have this PDF for you. We will get that on the site. We'll just do a quick little blog post about finishing Blockhead 4, and you'll be able to find it there. Where do you find that? LisaBongean.com. Go to the blog. There's a button for the blog. She's like, tell them Lisa Bongean. Don't say blog. LisaBongean.com. There we go. So when you go to this landing site, you can go anywhere from this site. So you can go to the store, you can go to the gathering, you can go wherever, YouTube, you can go wherever you want to go. Okay. So we just want you to be aware that if you want to add this finishing piece out here, I have all of that for you. Yay, Beth. Thank you. Camera fund. Yes. Yes. Kaylee's just like, yeah. Camera fund. Yeah. Okay. Any questions at all about Blockheads 4? No, nothing. Had a little panic attack. I thought I missed live, but just a little late. Not a problem. All right. So in honor of Blockheads, do you notice I got my shirt? So you know you can go order a shirt. All right. That's in the files on the Moda Blockheads page. And look at, they have long sleeves. Isn't that great? And this is actually a teal, I would say, but it looks bluer on your screen. But it's actually a dark teal, I would say. It's not as blue as what I see on our screen, but I know all of our screens are different. So I want to celebrate Blockheads because I might be the only one that has done all 4 quilts and has them finished as a designer. But I'm going to challenge you. If you're out there in Moda Blockhead land, can you post in one post all of your quilts that you have done from Moda Blockheads? So do that in the Blockhead feed on Facebook. I will post 2. So I'll have Kaylee take some pictures of me with the 4 quilts. But let's challenge each other to post our finishes. So whether, we want to see them finished. That's the whole thing. So that's why I had to get mine done, because I felt that guilt, that heavy heart that I didn't finish it. So post those when you're done. And I'm going to show you Blockheads 1, 2, and 3. In case you do not know about this, in case you're new to the site, I want to show you what the past has looked like. Now, and then I'll talk a little bit about 5. Okay. This is my first blockhead. Well, welcome. It's so much fun. And what's great about blockheads, whether you've been here for 5 years now, and I don't want to say 5 years, 5 times, because we'd always, I think for a while there, we might have skipped a year and then, you know, brought it back and stuff like that. But there is a little story, and I'll put a little bit more information about the original blockheads. I think there were 6 of us that started this, and we did multiple blocks each. I think we each did, either there was 8 of us and we did 6 blocks, or 6 of us and we did 8 blocks, but 8 blocks sounds like a lot. But anyway, all right, so we've been growing this group, supporting Moda. I really love it when people support Moda, and you know, we're on the Moda Blockheads, so it's extra special nice when you use Moda fabrics. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. We love seeing the Moda fabrics, and we don't care whose fabric you use, or you know, in Moda or whatever. You obviously can use whatever you got. There's no judging there, but we especially like it if you support the designers for Moda and buy their fabrics. Okay, so let's talk about Moda Blockheads 1 to start off with. This quilt is huge, humongous. Who's gonna help?
I mean, I guess
You're gonna do it. All right. So let's. Right there is the top. All right. So this was my Moda Blockheads 1. So it's huge. It's 48 blocks, and then I set mine with these little stars, little 2-inch stars in the corners. And there's a book that Martingale did with all the Moda Blockheads for this first round. So every one of our finishing is in the book as well. And like I said, I don't remember if there was 6 or 8 of us that did this, but I think there's like 6 finishing options. So this I did in red, white, and blue fabrics, with 1 Bella as the solid, as the finishing. Okay. So each one of these is going to have a little bit different look. And whether you want to do your own look or whether you want to follow somebody else's look, that is always super fun. Okay, so this one is Blockheads 2. And I wanted to combine on this one the blues and the grays from my line. So there's some snowman fabric in here. There is some urban fabrics in here. So this is the top part. And there are some applique blocks in this one as well. So Jan always does an applique. I put the anchor on, you know, because I live on Anchor Point. Let's show the second half, the bottom half there. So there's the bottom half. See all the different range of size of this one. The only thing I did different from the directions on this one is I put sashing in between my blocks. I believe that one didn't have any sashing in it, but sometimes we like to change things to make them a little bit unique and different from anybody else. So that's what I did with that one. And she thinks I can handle this one by herself. Myself. No, I'm good. It's a little one. So Blockhead 3 were, I think these are like 4.5-inch blocks. So there is that.
it's quite a bit smaller, huh?
Yeah. Now, if this freaks you out, these little blocks, just keep hanging around. Just keep doing all the things that we teach you and talk about, and you can do this, right? So, yeah, so these are my first 3. I don't know, maybe you can go see the whole thing this way. Look at that. Isn't that great? So do you see how I did the grays in the center? And then, no, I went blue in the center, gray, and then blue finishing out there. But I just love doing these sampler block things. You know, one at a time is pretty fun, unless you make the wrong one.
What's that?
Oh my gosh. Heidi, right? I'm just like, call Heidi also. Oh my God, Heidi, I did the wrong one.
How many times did that happen?
Like 3 times.
And it's always right before we're gonna post too.
Oh yeah, it's never
right before.
Well, I did make the block. I did make the block ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden I seen the first one, somebody posted theirs. I'm like, oh my God, I made the wrong block.
That's it.
So like but here's my disclaimer. Okay. I open up my blockheads, right? And the first thing that I see, it's a block, right? It's got a 1 next to it. So I thought that was block number 1. I didn't know that they all had a 1 or a 2. All right. So 1 or a 2 means that it's going to be in the first section or the second section. You know, I'm guilty. All right. When I get an email, I might not read the whole thing very carefully.
I always say I read it out of the corner of my eye.
I'm a picture person.
Yeah.
I'm like, send me a picture of a block and I know I can make that. All right. I didn't know I had to, like, they weren't in order. All right. So at the last minute yesterday, I redid my block. So there is my official start of Blockheads 5. Now, I have a little confession to make. Do you want to grab that stack of those fabrics for me, Jess? All right, so here is my block 1. This is Betsy's block. Now that is a navy in there and a coral. And my background that I use on this block is silver, I think it was called, 183. Did I get it right?
This is actually all of them together. It isn't just one collection.
No, I don't want that one, just that one.
Oh yeah.
That's one it is. Okay, so if you missed it, this is my collection of fabrics that I'm using. So we picked this bundle, and I'm going to add more to it, okay? Because I can't just work with 25 fabrics. That's just, I can't do scrappy with 25. I will be adding to this. Moda is expanding their Bella line, and I am going to be using some of the new ones that nobody has. And look at that mom lady. Oh, I wish I knew your real name. But thank you so much for Kaylee's camera fun. You guys are the best.
Stephanie also.
Doug, longer visit, you bet.
Stephanie also. Stephanie Raunan.
Oh,
Gave us $5 or
thanks,
or
Dad.
$50 earlier, I think it was.
Awesome. I must have missed that one. I was
No, right
jabbering.
here.
All right. Oh, 50. Gosh, girl. We so appreciate that. We appreciate anything. We appreciate $1 or $5. Yeah, it all adds up. It's kind of like all you helping out really, really helps us get excited about doing these and making sure we have the best things for you. But if you want to follow along with my Blockheads 5, this pack right here, and these are 1 yards. You do not need 1 yards, okay? You could get by with fat quarters, I'm pretty sure. So, but if you like the Bella Solids, which I do, you might want to buy the whole thing. And we are going to give you a piece of paper in there with all of the colors and the numbers. So you can mark on the selvage what these all are, or pin, or do whatever you want to do. Okay. But this one is called Sundown, I believe we called it. And it is 25 fat quarters. And this is the gray right here that I think I might keep my background as. All right, I was going to do multiple backgrounds because there's a whole bunch of lights in here like this. These are all lights. But I think I can use these in the block, but I might not use, they're not going to be backgrounds. I might use them in here, but they're not going to be the background. I think I'm going to stick with that really light gray. I think I like the look of that. And you know what? This is what we do. We change our minds when we first started. I got this one hair that's like not behaving. Okay, here we go. Let's get it out of the way. All right. Okay. Sorry if that was bugging you. It was bugging me. All right. Do we have any questions on the Moda Blockheads? Where do you go get these blocks? Anybody know? The Moda group has files in the Facebook, or you can go to the Moda blog. They're all there. However, if you want to be super, super nice and visit the designer who's responsible for that block, if you go to her socials, she would really appreciate that. Okay. Because even though you can't, you don't always want to, like buy something from somebody or whatever, even just being on their social media and liking and commenting, that all helps. All right. All that stuff helps. And do you know how often like you're scrolling and you're like, oh my God, you really like it all, but you forget to like? Sometimes just liking or making a small little comment will make somebody's day. So just kind of think about that when you're on Instagram or when you're on Facebook, and just kind of just be that positive person that you would want somebody to be to you. Kind of think of it that way. All right. I crack her up.
Where can you get this fabric bundle?
This fabric? This bundle is on our website. It's called Sundown, or under Moda Blockheads 5, I believe. All right. So we have that there in 3 sizes: fat quarters, half yards, and 1 yards. All right. And just an FYI, do you want to show me that other bundle? We do have 2 bundles.
We also have it under comment sold too.
Okay. Yeah. And it's on comment sold. So do you girls and guys know that we have an app? So if you go to your app store or Google Play and type in Primitive Gatherings and download our app, you should see all the stuff we have on our app. And it's, you know, easy shopping there. And then twice a week, we do a live where we'll show and talk about the products and explain them, so you really know what we're selling. And sometimes there's nothing to explain, but sometimes there is. So you'll learn from those little selling tips. So maybe you are not into muted, but maybe you like bright. Look at this one. So this is another 25 bundle of like amped up color, like brighter colors in this one. And we call this one Sun Up. Okay. So maybe that one will interest you instead of Sundown. But as you can see with my quilts from former Blockheads, you know, I did red, white, and blue. I did blues and grays and cream. And then I did, you know, navies, dark grays and cream. And then I did this. All right. Because sometimes you just have to do something different. And I just wanted to do something different. I love this color palette. And again, this is showing up on my computer screen really orange, but it is kind of a real muted orange. It's called ochre. So look what that did to this quilt. I just love how it turned out. So don't be afraid to use a color as your background. Look at how fun that is. So I hope that might inspire you to maybe use one of your favorite colors as a background. Now, this is going to look so awesome on my newly recovered couch. It's like a heather cream, and look how beautiful that's going to be on there this fall. Darcy's on. I had to disconnect from my old account on PG to re-sign. Okay, so yeah. So Darcy said that if you signed up originally on Facebook, that it might not let you come in on the app side of it. So you might have to delete your Facebook logins for comment sold. I think I got that right, Darce? Oh, yeah. Great for fall, she says. Darcy, we need to start sewing on Tuesday nights. We missed last Tuesday night, but it's okay, right? All right. So any questions about Blockheads 5? You can get t-shirts in all colors. Like, I don't know how many colors there are. A ton of them.
Where can they get the t-shirts?
All right. Go to Facebook and go to the files, I believe.
So it would be the Moda Facebook.
The Moda Blockheads page, the Moda Blockheads group. And there is a site where you can go to, if you print any of the stuff that's in the files, it's in there, like where to shop for this. All right.
Do you want me to?
Sure. Come on, show us.
Sure.
We like to show people what to do.
Oh, I just looked because I was curious myself.
Okay. You want me to hold and you point, or what?
Yeah.
I'll be your holder.
Let Kaylee get the zoomer on here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be right here, right under files.
Yeah. So you go to
Oh,
files.
let her zoom in here real quick. Yep. So then files, and then it's going to list them all right here. This whole list is all different PDF files, and so then whatever you're after, you just download from there. You just click on to.
Right. Or go to the search button and type in t-shirts, and then maybe the link will pop up in the feed.
Should we try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Did it work? No. How about just shirt? No. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but if you go to the files, it was all in the like that first week when they did that download, it was in there. So those are old, 22. All right, let's see what we got. So group, Betsy, keep going, bonus, like pull this one up once. Facts and fabrics. Right there.
Well, so once you click it, it downloads it. So
Yeah,
then you've got to
so when
open
you
it.
click on it, it'll download it to your downloads, and then you click on it and it opens up.
Oh,
So
that's our okay.
right in here, I think it has fabric. That's all about fabric, bunting, download patterns. We'll find it.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll work
throw,
on it.
we'll throw it on our blog, okay? But we won't waste any more time on that. But there's block 1. Block almost 1 is on the other side. So guess what? I'm ahead. All right. So that is the start of Moda Blockheads. Join us. We will have a lot of fun with that. Lisa's Blockhead 4, did she make every block in 2 different sizes? Blockhead, yes, I did. Except for one. I didn't make this one in the small. Because you don't need them all for this setting. This setting, I think, is 7. I think it's like 24 blocks of each. So there was a couple you didn't use. All right. Moda Blocks had merchandise. There you go. That's what you need to search.
Find it.
Yes. Right.
What you have to do is when you're in the Blockheads group, go to the little like magnifying glass, hit that, and then type in T with a space shirts. And it'll come up under Jillian Kearney. It says posting some links and it says to buy merchandise.
Yeah. So Jillian posted, Jillian works for Moda. So she posted the links to go, and it's a print on demand site. It's Kate Spades.
I got it. It's the reason we can't find it on the Facebook page is because it's technically at Moda's Blockheads 5 website. That's
okay.
why.
It's on the website,
Yes.
not on the blog.
Ed
group.
Yeah,
okay.
you could do like
The website. All right.
it's
Okay.
so many things in so many places.
So Moda Blockheads has always been fun. All right. And you can go in the group and you can ask questions and you can look to see what other people do with their blocks because people are super creative. So they like to, and when you look at your block, like I'll show you block 1. Oh, I was going to ask you this. Okay. So there's been a lot of discussion about how you put your block together. Now, the person who did this does it a certain way. All right. We all don't put together things the same way. And there are many ways to put a block together. All right. So I like to do the less seams possible, right? I don't like to make all half square triangles if I can make flying geese. So those types of things. So what I am wondering is each week, do you want me to post my measurements so you can make flying geese instead of, you know, or like if I use triangle paper, I'll say, oh, you need a 4.5 inch square for that for triangle paper. So see it for triangle paper. If you want me to do this, I will definitely do it. If there's no interest in it, then I won't do it. But you can always make it the way they do, or some of us will change it up a little bit and write our own sizes sometimes. Okay.
You're hearing a lot of yeses.
Yes, you like that? Okay. All right. I can do that going forward. I will maybe have Heidi make this beautiful so you know what to do. I just wrote it down. But what we'll do is we'll color code it so they know what colors I use. I'm going to color code it for mine, and then you change it according to your block, how you want. But I was going to point out that I didn't put this same color here as the block showed. So like I said, we all kind of change things up a little bit different. So see how this one has a big square in the middle of all the same color? I didn't do that. Okay. And that's our prerogative. But don't complain, okay? Whatever you do. If you don't like half square triangles and the directions are written for half square triangles, say, oh, well, thank you very much. And then you figure out, or you find somebody like me who will help you figure out how to do it the other way. But no complaining. It's not very fun. Everybody does the best that they can. Okay. All right. So let's move on from blockheads. Let's talk about triangle gatherings. Last week was week 13. So we have 26 blocks already. Isn't that amazing how fast it goes? So if you have no idea what this is another quilt along using rustic and spellbound fabrics from Moda. We are releasing 2 blocks a week. And if you don't realize this, they are 16 half square triangles arranged differently for each block. So every block is made with the 16 half square triangles, 4 flying geese, 4 corners to make a block. And ours are going to be set on point, but you can do yours however you want. But we are on week 13, going to be 14 today or Friday. Yeah. It's hard to keep track. I got to look at the calendar. Today's joyful. Yeah. We'll get to that. Twilight Stars blocks release on Fridays. So we're going to pick the winners for last week's 2 blocks, which is Kathy Schwaller Saunders. You are week 13's winner. So claim your prize, which is right here. I'll put that in here for you. Heidi has it all ready for you. And we do weekly prize winners. And then out of our weekly prize winners, we're going to pick somebody's quilt to quilt. So somebody's going to win the grand prize. And we are going to quilt your quilt for you or give you like a $250 gift card. Fun, right? Okay. So and how do you do that? You post on Stitch with Lisa Bongean your 2 blocks with your book, Triangle Gatherings, and anything else you want. You know, maybe some triangle paper. Maybe there was such cute ones. It's like I can't remember, but there are all
sorts of them.
People are getting really creative and it's super fun.
And I'm noticing, which is fun.
Heidi likes the different ones. So that's how you might get to win if you surprise Heidi or make her laugh or whatever, right? Okay, so let's talk then about Joyful Quilt Along, which is the trees. So last week we put out block number 4. So we're going to do 1 week and 2 the next. So today you're going to get 5 and 6. And we have those already recorded and we're going to put them out on YouTube for you. We're not going to make them part of the live. We did that ahead of time. But I want to point out that block number 4 has a typo here down on the bottom. So this block right down here, when you make the half square triangles, they are going to come out to 1 5/8, not 2 inches. So if you want to print this to get it right, so your pattern is perfect, if you're collecting the patterns for this, we are going to leave this up for a couple days before we move it to $3 to give you an opportunity to print this. Or if this doesn't bother you, put 1 5/8 down there and don't waste any paper or ink. Okay. But I just want you to point out that we did have a unfinished measurement wrong here. That 1 5/8 is a crazy number. I just want to point out too that I spilled some coffee on my block here. And we've been trying to get it all out, but I think we got it out good enough. It's just going to go in there. All right. So that's block 4. The quilting will cover it. We're just aging it a little bit. But I'm always throwing my stuff in my tote, and then I must have spilt some of my coffee right here because I drink my coffee all day long.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
She thinks them everywhere too.
Yeah, this is still from this morning. It's still warm, but I drink it all day long. So let's talk about the next 2 blocks. So you are going to go out on YouTube and watch my videos for them. So block number 5, these are both super easy. All the directions for the trees are already out there. So each week we're going to do 1 or 2 of these. So you can get ahead and get your tree parts already done. So what's Kaylee doing? Does everybody see that or just me?
Just you.
Oh, okay. So we have the patterns and the PDFs already for those. Are those out there yet?
Yes, they are.
Okay. They can print those PDFs already?
Mm-hmm. At lisabongean.com.
lisabongean.com to print your patterns under
videos have just been published.
Yep. So Kaylee's already got them out there. They're up and ready to go. So here you have 6, 5, and 6. So you all know how to do this one if you're doing Twilight. So it's 16 half square triangles. Super easy. So watch those videos. Again, even if you're sewing and not even really paying attention, just let it run. All right. That helps us. Air minutes help us a little bit. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about any of the quilt along so far? I'm going to talk about Black Star in a minute. But do we have anything on these? Loving these blocks, so adorable.
Can you just reiterate where you got your t-shirt from?
That was the Moda Blockheads archive.
Okay. You're going to go to Moda.
Blockheads 5 archive has it.
Yeah, just
If they Google
type
it.
in Google Moda Blockheads 5 archive.
Mm-hmm. That's their page that has it.
On their page, it's their blog, right? And in there is a link for t-shirts. Okay.
Ooh,
And they, like literally they come on all different colors. So whether, you know, quilt you're using, and I didn't mention this, but because I used all these controlled color palettes for 5, I'm doing kind of rainbow colors. You see that, right? I didn't really point it out, but we're doing lots of colors this time. Retro clean to remove stain. Yep, it does work. We tried with baking soda, hydrogen peroxide.
I got it.
All right, come on, let's show them again.
Okay. So
here's where you're going to go.
If you Google Moda Blockheads 5 archive, this is the page that's going to come up. I'll give Kaylee a chance to zoom in here.
Maybe we can put the link on the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can put the link on the video too afterwards.
And so then to find it, I noticed you have to scroll down, and there's not like a picture button for it, but there is a link. Let me just make sure. In this gray box right here, I know it's hard to see, but it says Blockheads 5 merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts, tote bags, and more are all available to order now. And then there is a link right here.
Yep. So you can order water bottles, all kinds of stuff. Y'all know I'm a t-shirt girl, so I order
and a water bottle.
And well, but I like my Yeti.
Listen, that's like the same thing.
It's not the same.
So you can do the water bottle waddle. All right, bye.
All right. Okay, so I did see something about what did I see? Something about
there was something that said instructions say that you can get 2 trees out of a fat quarter, but I read somewhere you can get 3.
Yeah. See, I originally thought you could only get 2, but because I went from cutting 2.5 to 2 1/4, you're able to actually get 3 trees out. Because I didn't think that 1/4 of an inch was going to make that big of a difference, but it does. So you're able to really get 3 trees out of a fat quarter. Or most people did. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So that's Moda. Do you want to come and talk to me, Nick? No? What'd you come in here for? Nothing? Okay. Okay. Next up, I want to talk about a Bernina event that we have. So I'm just throwing this out there for you right now, but next week we're going to talk a lot about it and show you the samples. All right. So we have an event in October. The 8th and the 9th is one class. And then the 10th and the 11th is a second class. So we have 2 classes, and we have these awesome Bernina educators coming in here to Primitive Gatherings. And the first class is the 8th and the 9th. And that one is on techniques using the 790 Pro. So you're going to sew on a 790 Pro, best machine that Bernina has right now. And you are going to learn to do piecing. You're going to learn to do applique with a buttonhole stitch. You're going to learn to do quilting, all on the machine in the hoop. So you have 2 days to do that. I have designed the project. So that is coming back soon, and we will show you that finished project. It is fall themed, so it's really fun, and you will love that project. And then that, including the kit and the instruction, is $100. All right, $100. Then the second class, which is the 10th and the 11th, that is featuring the long arms, but it is using your long arm to do some funky things. So they are going to quilt a quilt, and then they're going to couch yarn into snowflake shapes. So I can't wait to show you what that looks like too. So that's a 2-day class. And that's like a nice lap quilt that you're going to make. And that class is $150. So I will have more information. If you want to secure your spot right now, you can call the gathering and get on the list. If you know you want to come and work on a long arm and work on the best Bernina's newest, latest machine, if you want to come and do that, or maybe you got a new machine and you want to learn more about it, any of those, this will be the perfect class for you to come and learn a lot. I'm going to take it myself. All right. So I want to learn all those things. And I just need to know, like, how do I set up the quilting design to quilt in there and all that kind of stuff. So that I'm so looking forward to, but it's just a month away. We didn't have a lot of time to promote this. We thought we'd have those samples back by now, but I was guaranteed they will be here by next Thursday for our live. Okay, so just a heads up, if that interests you at all, that's going to be happening, and we would love to see you there for that 2-day event. And of course, there's lodging. You can stay overnight. You can stay over 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, whatever you want to do. If you want to do the whole thing, you stay the whole week. We have packages. Just call the girls at the gathering, and they will take care of that for you. But minimal amount for the class with the kits included. All right. So we really want you to learn a lot and not cost a lot for the instruction and the kit. Okay. Yes, it does sound really interesting, doesn't it? All right. So that's that. Now, as before we wrap up here, do we have any other questions that we want to talk about? No? I am going to give my wool box people a little peek at the wool box ongoing project because I just sewed mine together. So this block number 5 will be coming out. And I'm wanted here to tell you that our wool box is going to be late this month. All right. There is a really intense project in there that has really hand-dyed fabrics. You're going to get 20 different hand-dyed fabrics for the main project in the book or in the box. But I'm really putting a lot of pressure on Tina because she's got to make 1,500 of these. All right. So I did tell her that she has until the end of the month. So it'll probably ship more to the end of the month than the 20th like we normally do. All right. So just heads up. Your wool box can be a smidge later. Maybe. It might be on time, but it might. Okay. So here is 4 and 5 hooked together. Okay.
You want to show them why?
I'll show you some. Yeah, I'll show that. So here's 4 and 5 hooked together. And now I was able to put this flower on and then this leaf on here. So these I was not able to put on until they are sewn together. So that's why they're not stitched yet. So now that I have those on and stitched together, I can sew those 2 units. And then I want to show you this one, give you another little sneak peek. And pretty soon we should be able to take more people in our sign up for this because our subscriptions are almost ready. All right. So there is 2 parts. There's 1 row. Here's the second part of row 2. And we will finish up with a block in November over here. All right. So we will have half the quilt done by the end of the year. So if you're not in our wool subscription box, it's a really super good deal. We have ongoing projects in there. We have single standalone projects in there. And everything that's in there is discounted 40% off a regular retail price. So it's a super great deal. And you get caramels, and you get 4 of them. It's almost worth the price of the box right there. Yes. Okay. Here we're kind of going back to the wool box. So Tina, our wool dyer, you met Tina. She's hand dyeing all these beautiful colors here. So there's 20 different ones. They're not all here, but think fall, and you're going to have a gorgeous project, and you're going to have many different ways to make what you want out of what we put in the kit. So you're going to have several ways to do what you want. I'm going to make a pillow. Imagine that. Okay. I'm going to make a pillow. But there's banners, there's little like for the clipboard, there's going to be one for that. And it depends on how you scale and work from there. So you'll be able to use all of these beautiful colors. Like I said, there's going to be 20 of them for the wool box project. Okay. Anything else? We got some winners of Doug's book.
Oh, is that what we're giving away?
We're giving away Doug's book.
Cool.
Stash-tastic.
We did have a couple of people asking where to get the joyful patterns.
Okay.
So that would be.
All right. Can we just all agree? When you don't know where anything is, LisaBongean.com. Okay. When you put that in, it's going to give you anywhere you want to go. Do you want to go to Quilt-alongs? Do you want to go to the website? Do you want to go to our events calendar? Do you want to, what else is there on there?
I don't know.
Tutorials.
Yeah,
need a
shop,
YouTube.
tutorials.
There's shop.
Corrections.
Yeah, corrections to our patterns. Any of that. Type in Lisa Bongean and that's a landing page and you can go anywhere. You can go to the blog and see what we got going on the blog. If you're not signed up for the blog, we figured out that it wasn't sending emails out because Heidi and I, one quilter was having problems getting on. So we just put her on and it shut down our whole email system.
They thought we were scammers.
They thought we were spamming because we put her on. So we have since got that fixed. They let us out of WordPress jail. All right. And we are now sending emails out.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So if you're not getting your normal emails, that was why. But please let us know if you're still not getting them.
Right. And they can always go back and read blog posts. There's probably
5
of them.
Yeah, like 6 of the last blog posts come up.
Yeah. So they can always go back and read
And
them.
somebody asked if you like our page or if we get anything for that. I don't know if we actually get any monetary value for that, but it's engagement. So any engagement helps. Any likes, we don't dislike us, okay? Any likes. I don't even.
It's a good thing you don't have that button, right?
Yeah, sometimes they totally remove it. Any comments, that all is engagement and that all helps. All helps us.
It's an algorithm thing.
Yeah, so it looks at how much people are interacting with your site. And if people are really interacting, then they send it out to more people so they can get us more people that way. So no matter if you maybe you have you're on a fixed income and you can't always join in on everything we do, but if you can like and comment, that helps. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Okay, I think if I don't have anything else today, hopefully we inspired you to keep going on one of your projects. It's never too late to finish anything. All right. We all have unfinished projects. Just make it a point to always be working on one of them so you feel good about getting them done. And like I said, the best thing about it is they don't mold. You don't have to throw them out after a week in the fridge. It's ready for you when you go back to your blogs. So even if you make blocks and save them, that's fine. All right. Just keep creating because that's what makes me happy. And I think it makes you happy as well. All right. So if everybody gives me the thumbs up. Prizes. Thumbs down. What was that for? Prizes. Okay. So where's the book they're getting? Did Doug take it back with him?
Yeah.
His beautiful new self-published book called Stash-tastic 2. And they will all be signed. Okay. I'll run over there and get them all signed for you. All right. This one's not signed. So I'll get those signed for you. Shelly Boneline, Marion White, and Kelly Bear. You are all winners of this beautiful Doug Lico book. So thanks for joining us today. And what's next? Comment sold. All about blue. And I just happened to wear the right color shirt today. Take care, everyone. Get your Moda Blockhead shirt for next time. All right. Take care.